Hello, brothers and sisters of the light. I am Julie Joy of the Young Lightworkers, and as you may know from a couple of my previous videos, I am embarking on a collaboration with the Love One Society, and this series will be a Q&A with a divine being. It's featuring Tracee of the Love One Society and our own very special guest. Do you believe that there are or could possibly be extraterrestrials on our planet living among us? Do you believe that there could be ascended masters here now to help us with our own ascension? Have you ever experienced or seen a real live angel? Are you curious about all the latest intel but don't know who or what to believe? If you have answered yes to any of these questions, this series might be for you. If you're not certain, check in with your heart, not with your mind. The answer is within. This series is comprised of excerpts from a 2-hour-long conference call with Ron and Tracee, our moderator of the Love One Society, and our very special guest. If you are curious about who this entity is, go to their website, qfs2020.com. I'll place the link below, or you can write to me directly. I'll place my email address below. I'm not at liberty at this time to use the guest name in the title or the audio, as I'm trying to protect my channel from censorship. I do want to emphasize that no one will ever contact you to ever try to sell you anything. I've never sold or promoted anything on my channel. I don't beg for Patreon. I'm not monetized right now, although I'm kind of considering it. Anyway, without further ado, please let me introduce to you Tracee of the Love One Society and our very special divine guest.
Okay, which is the true infinite flower of life? Sacred geometry. Is it the daisy or the lotus, and why? That's from Abby.
Again, the symbolism isn't as important as the first part of that question. Everything is geometric in your universe. Look at water, look at any plant. I would not give an identity to the sacred source and or source, but know that only true mathematics, if there is any, is geometry. It's the only real process that hasn't been manipulated for at least measuring and observing the universe. That's the only mathematical system that didn't come from mathematics. Numbers have been added to it, so it's represented in numerology, but geometry does not have numerology, is what I'll say about that. I hope it helps.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to add to this one, because did you see the video that I put out from our recording that we did Friday?
I don't believe so, no. Thank you.
Because Ron told me to put up this certain graphic, and then some people said, well, that's a dark flower or whatever. And I'm like, well, maybe because one or two people said that, but Ron's intentions clearly isn't dark. So there was just talk about that.
Again, symbolism is up to each one and every one of us. And if that's what representation you want to explain our sacredness, you're just a Merkaba, which is a geometric pattern. You're a Merkaba that came into physicality. If you want to observe a Merkaba coming into a flower and give it symbolism, you can. But again, at the end of the day, all of us are a fragment of source. We're light beings. If you want to symbolize it, you can. Hope that helps.
Okay. Well, that wasn't my answer, because yours was more perfect, but that's basically what I said. Okay, from Julie from the USA, why does a person's genetic memory turn off at birth? I think that basically means that they keep having to start over and learn everything.
Yes, so I can assure you that I've died in this physical body several times here and got to examine how they do it. And so the recycling center, as I call Earth right now, is this karmic wheel that is epigenetically attached to our genetics. So whether you like it or not, every one of your ancestors is in your epigenetic historian right now in physicality. And with that, the recycling center that the aliens are created when you leave your body and come back in here, they've done a great job of making sure your genetic mind wiping will occur each time. So not only do you have the restrictions of DNA, you have them also mind controlling us during our birth. And there's many ways they do it. I'll leave that for maybe another time. But essentially, you're living with beings that never lose their memory. And they're also some of the culprits controlling your money system. So imagine if you were running around this planet and there's very few of you and you had 1,000 years of memories. What could you do to erase the beings? And so I'm not so concerned about us losing our memory. I'm more concerned why the people who have all their memories don't help us a little bit. Hope that helps.
That's well said. Very well said. Will September 3rd, this is from Hector in Mexico, will September 3rd be a pivotal date for humanity?
You want to answer that one, Tracee?
No.
All right. If there's time associated with it, it's bogus, okay? Because we're all able to create everything right now. Right now. I said right now. Then how come we don't do it?
Yeah.
That's my question to you all.
I don't know. Maybe we don't believe we can?
I want to do my best to destroy the English language. It is so awesome to be using the English language to swear every word I say. The whole English language is a swear word. It's unbelievable. So I want us to keep focusing. My great excitement is for us to keep focusing on our natural knowledge center that comes from our heart center. It will never fail you. If we believe something, that means we're chasing something. I believe this. When I know you know it. I hope that helps.
Yeah, I hear you say that. You have to know it because then it's real, natural. So, well, this is another question that kind of tails onto that from Renee.
This is so fun, Tracee. This is so fun. I love it. Because just the volume of questions are just nourishing for me, and to feel the energy it is just amazing because they all have their own personality and character with them, and that's you all will get it back soon too, as you can feel the people who are asking these questions, even though it's come from Tracee. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, you know what might be fun for you to do is while you're answering, there's 35 screens of people here. 35. So you can scroll through because I encourage them that you'd get energy from seeing their faces. And since people are being shy to talk, at least then you can kind of scroll through and see them while you're talking.
Thank you. Let's do it at the end if you don't mind.
Oh, you do it yourself. I don't have to do it.
Very good.
Okay. So how much of the population must believe in the hidden technologies before we can demand that level of medical care?
Not sure I understand the question, but let me know if I'm close here, Tracee. What is it going to take for us to get healing beds and/or instant healing? Is that correct? Okay.
That's what I feel.
When I do healing on people, I'll tell you how it works and why you don't need any technologies. So if you have an ailment, I don't care what it is, from now on, I want you to call it, how come I'm not healing ailment? And the reason I want people to get more comfortable with that is because if your spirit is not recalibrating, reconfiguring the light through you, rebalancing and reconfiguring your physical body, it's because there's a hindrance. So you don't need anything outside yourself to heal, is what I'm saying. But certainly there are tremendous technologies on the planet to help, and they all come from recalibrating and configuring your spirit. So a healing bed is based on light and frequency. There are technologies in outer space. Many people don't realize that the space stations are really hospitals. you can heal very quickly out at space because there's no gravity. So in my opinion, the question would maybe look more like this. Forgive me for displacing the question if I am. And that is, we all have the ability to instantly heal right now. And no technology can trump how unbelievable capable a light being is at healing and helping people heal. Hope that helps.
Interesting. Okay, you said you were here 2,000 years ago. What was happening on the Earth at that time for your visit?
Yeah, I've done this 9 times. I've done this here. And what was interesting about 2,000 years ago is that there was less people with more capability. So when I would spend time with someone in just a few days, they would get all the same abilities I have even today. So today they're called disciples. Well, that's not true. Everybody just gets more of their light in them because we go through the ascension cycle. So right now you're getting a dramatic amount of light in you right now. You just may not recognize it. In fact, 1,000 years ago, your ancestors could not see you right now because you're such high frequency. So we've grown out of this density more and more and more and more. Well, 2,000 years ago, we were very light, and we had much more capacity to, let's say, we didn't have the genetic restrictions we do now. We had them, but they were in a different way. So that's what I'll say about that.
Okay. And you guys, there's a lot of information on his website, forthepeople.space. Lots and lots of good stuff there. I don't understand that question. Is Ishmael Perez or Elena Denon controlled by the bad guys?
I think I'll pass on that one if you don't mind.
Okay. Are we under a firmament?
Define firmament, please.
So firmament is actually in the Bible, and it's like from my understanding, it's almost like a half dome over the planet.
Again, the question for me is a little incomplete, forgive me, because there's layers to your dimensional reality on your planet. If I understand firmament, I would favor the way the netting system goes around your planet so spirits can't get out of here. So yes is the answer, but it's breaking apart very quickly.
Interesting. So keeping spirits in, is that good or bad?
Right. So this is a technology, and this is the great race here. There's so many light beings here now, they're running out of physical humans to get back in here. So they've done a good job and a bad job at the same time. They don't have enough humans for all the volume of light that's here, and that's going to be their detriment, of course. So the firmament you're talking about for me, because there's several, but the alien agenda here is to make sure you don't leave and keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back and miss the ascension cycle. This is a recycling center. This is why I consider this a rescue mission. Most of your lives look like this. You go to a planet, you go and participate as whatever it is you want to participate as. You have one life and you move on. It's very rare you would stay at one planet for eons and eons and eons, over and over and over, in multiple human beings. It's very rare, because in most versions of humans, mammalians, and many other animals, you can live a very long time. In fact, everybody on this planet is usually somewhere between 200 and 300 years old, but they can't tell because you're measuring time unauthentically. So what should be the curious question is, why do they keep us reincarnating here? Because they don't have a place to play unless we create it for them. Hope that helps.
Oh, it's so disgusting. Okay, is Jasara and Nasara actually going to take place on this planet? And that's from Jules in Australia.
And you already know the answer.
Well, I'm just reading everybody's questions.
So I get to have fun too, right? So again, I'll start again. The RV is the first sequence of events. You're recalibrating your means of exchange right now to manage and marry your means of exchange identically around the globe. So yes is the answer.
Okay, thank you. I think everybody wanted to hear that.
Dear listeners, it is I, Julie Joy, with a wrap-up for this particular message. I hope you enjoyed this exciting Q&A series as much as I did. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get my ratings up just a little bit, just for my own pleasure. I'm not monetized. I don't sell or promote anything. This is just to raise awareness on the planet and help the ascension.